So I figured I would record a video today. I kind of wanted to maybe wait a couple of days, but it looked like there was some price movement. There's price movement all over the market today. Mainly the stocks that are getting attention, I guess, are the Wall Street bet stocks from a couple weeks ago. Mainly GameStop. AMC is also getting some attention. I know that had come up on Wall Street bets. Let's look at. I say that. Let's look at. So there's this website I use. It's called Quiver Quantitative, and they have dashboards, and they actually have a Wall Street bets dashboard. So let's see what we have here. So yeah, here we go. AMC, GameStop, and this is most mentions in the last 24 hours. I liked their other dashboard before because it showed like a heat map. It was much nicer. This one shows you how many mentions they have in the last 24 hours. I really like that heat map. That heat map was nice, but they don't offer that anymore. Let's see, dashboard. I don't believe they do. Yeah, they don't offer it anymore. I really like the heat map. But yeah, so they're going off of mentions now, and they're only doing the last 24 hours. And then they divided this into like industry baskets, so EVs, it looks like cannabis, crypto, and then betting stocks. But so yeah, I mean, let's look at we'll look at AMC because I want to see what they're offering as far as data goes. It's just a regular how many mentions. Yeah, this isn't as good. I don't think this is as good as what they used to have. All right, it's searching, I guess. That heat map was so much better, but I know that they did move to something else. Oh, here we go. I guess they have some sort of sentiment chart. I'm not quite sure what this reads. And they have industry again. It's just the heat map was much better, but I mean, I guess mentions in the last 24 hours, since a lot of these trades that are taken are really they're short-term trades. They're all speculation. I mean, I'm gonna say that the people on Wall Street bets, they're looking for quick gains, pump and dumps mainly. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to realize if you're moving into one of these stocks, that's the expectation. Like, I wouldn't say that any of these stocks are long-term holds. I would put it at, I mean, you can look at the last time, so that's enough of that. I want to show this. So let's go with the initial setup, because everyone thinks that, whenever you hear about a trade, it's most likely already past you. The setup was hours before, days before, if not weeks before you heard about it, most likely. That's why you develop a watch list. And so let's look at this. So I know I've gone over this before, that the setup for this, if I'm using this average, was really here. You might have got stopped out here, so it's really here. So you would have entered at right around $9. So that was all the way back in September of 2020, and then price ran up. So yeah, in the last couple of weeks and all that run up, you had 100%, 83%, and then a massive 400% week. But the real setup was actually all the way back in September of 2020. Yeah, you had a lot of returns here. I mean, let's look at it before it pumped amazingly, right here. So even before all of that, the gains that you would have had, say if you would have gotten on the upper part, if you would have held until it actually took off, you would have had 100% return. So yeah, the majority of the returns were like the last 3 weeks, but even so, you still had 100% return from September to January. That's amazing as far as a return goes on a yearly basis. So, but this started making news, and I want to show you something, because it was literally the last hour of the day where you got this enormous price movement. So the last, right there, it's like the last hour. So this is 1:30, this is 2:30. Like the last hour and a half, it really broke out 25%, and then you had a 50% run up in like 30 minutes. In like 30 minutes, because this is 2:30. The market closes at 3 on Central Standard Time. But so yeah, so if I'm in this position and post market, this thing went through the roof. It closed at 97 or at 91, and it went up post-market. It was 168. I always say don't trust post-market values or prices. But if I wanted to say, if I entered, I'd been buying, say I still believed in this, where would I potentially see an exit? Let's look at that. So my moving averages aren't going to work here. This is such a big run up. I mean, I can say we can use that 30 simple moving average and strategy, and we can see if it works. It's probably going to work, but it might be a little skewed. I don't have a way to take out outliers because I would love to take out the big price run up towards the so this is all the way from 2018. I would love to take out the big price run up here, but it still would have gotten you out below because the price dump was just so aggressive. So you would have got in here, you would have exited. When was the entry? My entry's all the way back here. So January 11th. Where's my January 11th trade? Right here. So that's giving you 638%. So minus that. So say that's still 300% returns. So does the 1 hour work? Yeah, kind of. If you would have taken out that big run up, that 600% return, it still would have worked. It still would have given you about 300%. Looks like. So if I want to use this, the entry was on the 23rd at a price of $44. Let's see if the exponential would have given you anything better. A little bit better, but let's just keep it the simple moving average. The 30. Let's see if the 50 would have given you something any better. Nope. So we're going to go with 30. All right. So that would have told you to get in on the 23rd, which was yesterday, right at around lunch. And you would have entered your trade, and then, you could have made this enormous return, right? I mean, the trade is sitting 33.88. You'd be up 100%, all within a day. It's going up to 168. If that holds, you'd be up 168. Where am I at? Over 200%, 3x, over 3x. So, but I need to have an exit, right? I need to have some sort of exit strategy, and that's what this is about. Say I've taken that, I don't want to, so my 30 simple moving average is right here, all the way down at 46. I don't want to wait for that to climb up, because, I mean, you see here that the drop was so aggressive. So if I'm timing this and I know that this is short term, now I'm not going to say that any of what I'm going to say is going to be the top, right? So I'm going to go off of the weekly. The price movement is so aggressive, but because it could go lower. I mean, you're looking at highly speculative trading, right? So apparently there was a bunch of at-the-money calls that were purchased towards the end of the day, and which is leading to this short squeeze again. I don't look at short interest. I don't look at the calls and who's selling what. I just go off of my TA. So if I'm trading off my 30 simple moving average, it's saying that I would have got in at 44.38 or somewhere around there. So where can we potentially go? I said market opened at 168. There's a Fibonacci here that's going to be resistance. You went right through 107. So whenever market opens, maybe we're around this 150 area. You have 182 as resistance, 216. Trading's dynamic, not static. So I can tell you that there's probably going to be resistance at 182. Maybe you bounce between 182 and 100. That's a big price swing. But as far as the daily goes, it's on a 1. Let me get rid of this TD sequential. I am going to pull up the RSI real quick. So, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So even if I didn't use my 30 simple moving average, I had a 9 here. let me pull up the RSI. So I had a 9. That's really not showing much. Let's look at the 4-hour. Not showing much. Let's look at the hourly. The hourly is super overextended. I don't know what this dumb thing is. What is this? I don't know what this is. Why does this keep on popping up? Let me refresh real quick. Okay, that's good. I don't know what that was. All right. I'm going to bring up the CMF. Okay. That's what I want to see. Let me get rid of this. I can hide that for right now. Let me hide this as well, because I said my simple moving averages probably not going to be that helpful. We hit a 9. CMF went through the roof. Okay, so what do I want to show? Here's what I want to show. And I'm going to bring up the RSI as well. Okay, here's what I wanted to show, and this is what I suspected. I didn't really prep for this either, so I'm doing this on the fly, but I guess it's kind of good to see how I would have analyzed it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to tell you. Let's see. No, that's really not showing it. I mean, a little bit. I'm going to show it here. So we have bullish divergence right there. We have it on the CMF. We have it on the hourly. All right there. So we have oversold prices with our indicators trending up. If I'm here and I see this price fall, let me continue. Let me bring up this one because this continues to count. So I have a 9 here, and then I got a 9 here. I have a 9 with my RSI oversold. I mean, oversold with my CMF going up, indicating that there's buyers. You could have bought this, and then this goes flat, but my indicator's still going up aggressively. My RSI is still going up pretty. I mean, what was this jump? 8%. So as prices are flat, I'm getting an indicator that's saying that there's buyers coming in. And then, yeah, there was buyers coming in. Okay, now this is what I want to highlight. We're going to do this on the hourly because everything's moving so quickly. I'm going to put a horizontal line here at 92, around there. When was it higher? Not many times. So this is the history, right? So I'm looking at past history on the RSI. Even in this big price run up to, what, $300, whatever it was, right here, $452, $82, I mean, it went 95 here. We had a pullback, 40%, 45%, then it started going back up. And then we had another price run up. The day opened huge, went up to 91. They opened at 100%, and then went up, say, 130%, and then it pulled down 16. And then we had a couple of hours here of consolidation. Then it peaked. And then as soon as you have bearish divergence right here, indicator going down with, indicator going down right here with price going up. That's bearish divergence. Let me pull up the CMF and see if we had the same thing. The CMF said we still had more buying, but let's go off the RSI really because it's so overbought. I mean, I did say that this indicates momentum, but I mean, once it reached certain levels where it's extremely high and it's never been that high before, you got to kind of look at and say, hey, how much more can this go up? This don't what is it? Don't I forget the saying, like, don't believe your own hype, right? So it's like this is coming up. Don't believe that you got into something. Yeah, you made massive returns if you got in at 40, right? 3x over 200%. Be happy with your profits. It's very rare. I know, part of human psychology is, you get into a trade, you're super excited. People are FOMOing in. It's all over social media. You're making money. You feel good about yourself. but you have to stay in reality. This stuff doesn't go up forever. So you have to be mindful and know right now we're at 92, pretty much the highest it's ever been. Tomorrow morning, we could get that first hour of a massive run up. Maybe it goes to $200, $300. Maybe it goes past. Maybe it goes all the way, 482. Maybe it goes to 500. Something just insane, right? But you have to be mindful. The RSI is already overbought. Someone's going to buy that top. Someone's going to get dumped on. Okay, so make sure that you keep your you keep stops. And you can't watch this all the time. Most people can't. Set a stop. Set an area where you're happy with your profits. Be happy that you made. I mean, best traders in the world. I say it all the time. Best traders in the world do about 26%. Now that's overall on their whole portfolio, but I mean, be happy that you made 100%, 50%, 200%. Returns like that are just unheard of, and the market's so crazy right now. It's just be happy with the profits that you make. Now there's a big gap here in price where price fell, so maybe it closes that gap. That gap is at 212. I'm going to keep this on the hourly, even though I really don't like to trade the hourly, but so yeah, look at this. So 216, 212. So maybe tomorrow we run all the way up to 200 and then we get a sell-off. That would close the gap, and then you would have to reanalyze, right? Trading's dynamic. I can say something here and, you can be like, oh, Ezra said it's going between 150 and 216, okay, it's at 216. What do I do? Set a stop. Set a stop maybe at 200. There's going to be obviously there's going to be big price fluctuations, right? Don't think you're going to catch the top perfectly. And don't think, okay, you would have sold here and went up another 30%, and then it dumped 16%. And then, here, that would look, there's consolidation. You could have sold here at 346, and then an hour later it goes, up to 500. You might have FOMO'd in at 4, and then it dumps, 66% the next hour. Don't mess around whenever you have all this volatility. I mean, and all this speculation going on. These are weak hands. I can't stress that more than enough. The people who are buying this are not, this is literally get rich quick, right? That's the whole mindset. Yeah, I mean, this price run up here, this was over a long span. Like I said, September was the time. You had, 3 weeks of massive returns. Can this go on for 3 weeks? Yes, it can. But I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be smooth. It's not going to be nice. And, we have these, massive days. We have a massive, 2 or 3 more days. Even this big price run up, you had 1, 2, only 4 days, 5 days, say a full week of excitement. And then it came crashing down. Maybe we have that. So we have our first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So March 2nd. Maybe March 2nd is a crash day. Maybe tomorrow is a crash day. Right now, I'm telling you that the RSI is severely overbought. If I'm going off of that and my hourly, if I'm in this and it hits 216 tomorrow, I'm probably going to sell. If it's me personally and I'm in this, I'm going to sell. Or I'm at least going to set a stop at like 180 and then see what happens. Let everyone else do the price discovery for you. If it starts to break out back above this Fibonacci, what's the next one? 264. But I can tell you right now, it's going to be so violent and so quick that, man, you're going to have to be on this. This isn't going to be something that let me make sure I'm recording. This isn't going to be something that you can set and come back in a couple hours. This is going to be something that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. So that's GameStop. I'm going to go over AMC because that trade was actually a little bit smoother, and the setup for that was much cleaner, and it gave you time to buy. I've been talking about AMC for a long time, but even before I made some trades on it, I had been using the simple moving average. There was, big run up, pull back, secondary, an attempt at a secondary high. Whenever I had covered AMC before, I said that's how things usually happen. So you get a big price run up, you get a dump, and then there's, it's like stages of a bubble. I think it's what it's called, and I'll look that up. Stages of a bubble. Okay, here we go. So yeah, here we go. Let's look at this one. So it's like denial, bull trap, and then return to normal in quotes, and then bam, it dumps. And this is what you see here. Bull trap, right? They call it a bull trap because people buy in and they think it's, they're bullish. It's kind of really not a bull trap, especially if you know this is the normal side. Here, secondary high, or an attempt at a or a secondary peak, really. And then it goes down. So keep this in mind. This isn't something that's, unknown or anything like that. People know what this is. And you see it all the time. It's a common, I guess you can just call it a pattern. It's a common pattern. High, dip, high. Do I think that this is going to get as high as this, which is 17, right around 17? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But you see this common pattern. And this was also part of that price run up in AMC, with GameStop, and this big thing that happened earlier this year. But so what I wanted to show was that this setup was a little bit easier. You had a little bit of time. You had here the peak, a dip, peak, and then you had this smooth consolidation area. And like I said, assets usually kind of dip down in a two particular ways. So they have a high, they dip, and then they aggressively bounce back up, and then they'll break this high. That didn't happen here. We got that, basically stages to a bubble, like an asset bubble. What we got was the dump, and then so an asset can also bottom this way, where you get into this consolidation channel, right? So I say this is a channel. I didn't do this to enter the position, but we can just say that the channel is here, right? Here, right here. And then where's my target? The height of the channel. And what is that? So once we broke the channel, and then we did it on a 9, right? So we had a green number above a prior green number above the 9. My target is, look at this. My target is pretty much where we got, 9 something. And I know post market it was higher. But I still say I don't trust pre and post market prices. Sometimes they hold. At best, I say they're 50-50. So where did it go post market? Let me check real quick. So post market was at 11. We already hit the channel. We already hit the channel target. So you can take that off. Where's my RSI? Because I pulled the RSI on GameStop. RSI is not as overbought as GameStop. If we break this peak tomorrow of 86, we'll probably run up. So here, we know our 30 simple moving average works on this. If I'm watching this, I see this consolidation. I had the channel. I could have waited whenever the channel broke. You would have waited till here. Right here. And then I would have made 30%, which is really great. But if I would have traded this simple moving average, it would have got you in right here. And this is where I got in. Right here. 568. It was actually a little bit higher. It was like 580. But so 60%, 73% on the high. Tomorrow, whenever it opens, it's going to be somewhere around 11. So say 100%. 100% return using the simple moving average strategy. Extremely simple. You can blindly trade this all since the 19th, which is what? How many days? Since Friday, right? So how many trading days? 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days, 100%. Not bad. So yeah, create a watch list. Where am I going on this, right? Tomorrow we're going to break this. My target was 1290. I said that I thought we would reach that. That is a price all the way back here. We didn't properly retest this on this run-up because on the TD sequential that I have here, it doesn't it doesn't continue the count once it reaches a 9. It just doesn't give a print. But some variations of the TD sequential TD sequential do give that continuation of the count. I just need to, write my own to where I can turn it on and off. But so right here, I like it to retest these areas based on the traditional TD sequential where the count doesn't continue. We didn't do that. It just ran up and then it dipped. This is called a hangman. I think it's called a hangman. It's just a hammer, right? But this is a reversal. So that would have told you to pretty much get out. Price here was leaning bullish. I remember that because I watched that because I was in that trade as well. Again, based off of this simple moving average. I mean, it worked. It made me a bunch of money with AMC. So 1290 is my target. Once it gets to 1290, what happens? I will probably pull some money off of the table. I will look at my indicators. Tomorrow, if we get a 9, you can look here. It was 8, 9, secondary peak. Didn't retest this area. Actually, I need to mark this. We didn't retest this area with a red number. Oh, man, where's my... There we go. Now, I want to change this to orange. I'll save that. So yeah, we didn't retest this area with a red number. Just as we have 1290 as a target, 1650 could be a target as well. Let me see something real quick. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I'm going to go over TLRY, and I am going to go over Bitcoin extremely quick. What is up? Oh, because I hit it. I didn't. 7 no 9s. 9. Weekly. Nothing. Okay. All right. So yeah, we also are getting these moving averages starting to trend back up. That is bullish, and I actually like that we came down. It didn't entirely cross. I don't like how this was so aggressive, and it wouldn't have gotten you in the way I trade it. It would have gotten you in here. Would it have gotten you in here? It wouldn't have gotten you in here either. It would have gotten you in here on the daily, and then the week. Once you got a 4-hour or a daily close above this prior candle, but you would have only been in 15%, or no, you would have been in 25%. It wouldn't have got you in the total. Because once the 3 crosses over the 8, that's 15% entry. Once the 3 crosses over the 30, that's 25% total entry. And then once the blue crosses over the 30 or the pink or fuchsia, whatever that color is, that's where you would go 100% in. So you actually would have not gone 100% in until here, which is a high of 625. And as soon as you had a 4-hour or daily close above that, you would have got in. So where did you get a 4-hour close above 625? Right here. So you could have got in again at 651. You'd still be up tremendously. 50%, it was at 11. You'd still have, say, 60% or more than 30% returns since the 22nd, which would have, not as early as the 19th, but that was 2 days ago. So 2 trading days, 3 trading days, potentially tomorrow, and you would have made 30% returns based on that 3 moving average entry. Now, this would have told you to go 100% in, so whatever you would have allocated to AMC, you could have gone 100% in. Is this going to hold? This is also a big price speculation run-up. The target is 1290. We're going to get a 9 tomorrow. How well does AMC respond to 9s? We had a 9 here with a pullback. 9 here with a pullback. 9 here, continuation though. But there's different setups. The CMF, what was the CMF doing? The CMF had pulled back already, and then it started diverging. That would have told you to get out too early. RSI was still trending up. I mean, you could have been conservative. I don't know what the trade would have been here on the 20th. I don't care to go back and look on the hourly, but let's focus on right here. So, I mean, you technically could have gotten here. You wouldn't exit until you cross over here, 674. But if I want to keep my profits and not give back a boatload of money, yeah, 18%, 20% would still be nice, but I don't want to give back a boatload of money. Maybe I take some off the table on the 9. Actually, okay, if we get a 9 and you, whatever that low is, unless price collapses completely at the beginning, within the first 4 hours of the trading day. So let's keep it here. I would say price is going to open up if it holds around this here. So maybe it closes this gap, 1160. I think the gap is going to close. I would have to see. I mean, I would really have to see what the price action is in order to give a good exit, because we could end up going to 1290. We can go all the way up to 16 and then have a huge sell-off. So be mindful. Trading static, not dynamic. I can't really give a good exit until I see these next few candles. I can pull up the 15-minute still. I mean, we're oversold, but there's nothing here. We can draw a Fibonacci maybe and see what that shows us, if anything, of relevance. Oh, hold up. Went too far. It will. Let's see. Let me see if I have one already drawn. I don't. All right. Right here. Okay, so this is on the price pullback. Oh, look at this. We found support at one of the Fibonacci levels, 532. And then we bounced. Okay, so I'll get rid of this one. And now I want to draw this one. No, not the price. This one. Right there. All right, so here we go. Look, there's a Fibonacci 1130, 1264. Kind of lines up with our target on the TD sequential. I would say if we hit this 1290, I would put a stop at 1131. That's the only thing I can say going forward. And without seeing these next price candles for tomorrow. We did have, where did we close today? Closed at 909. We're gonna run up right through this Fibonacci, somewhere around this Fibonacci. Maybe price pulls back in that first hour to 995. We're not, I mean, tomorrow on the 4 hour is going to be, this what's going to be important. So we'll watch it. If it hits our target on the daily, it has to stay green. No, hold up. Yeah, it has to stay green, which means we're going to have to close at we can hit the target. And as long as we close above 570, it's still going to be a green 5. That's probably going to happen. So if we run up tomorrow at 1290, you're probably fine. I would sell part of my position once we hit this 9. Maybe, like I said, if we hit the 1290 or 1264 area, you can put a stop at 1130. See how that goes. Let's look what the CMF is doing. And I'm gonna roll off of this one. Still going higher. And on the hourly, we had saw some sell-off, but that's going to be negated once we open up tomorrow. RSI, we could break out higher. What's the highest it's ever been? Highest it's ever been here at 96. So say if we get to that area, and look, you can see it went flat. So we went here, we sold off. So say if we get in this 95, 96 area, sell. We're purely using the RSI as a sell signal. 93, 92. I mean, look how this looks. 92, 93, 89, 91, and it sold off. Yeah, so if we're in the 90s, which I think we will be tomorrow, as soon as price opens, this was what, 87, sideways action, 96, 96. This was, as soon as it hit 96 and it closed, See, you would have. It opened at 20 and it closed at 15. It's still a green candle because it was higher than the previous candle. But yeah, right here is the peak. Let's look at this. 27th of January. What did the 15-minute show? I don't like to go down this far, but okay, the 15-minute showed a 7. Could be the high as long as it's above the 6. Yeah, I mean, you just have to watch it. This is going to be another one where you're not going to be able to just buy and just kind of mose. This is going to keep you on the edge of your seat. We had a 9 all the way up here, but I don't like to mark these 9s on the hourly. Yeah, so we just watch it. We could go past 86. If we go past 86, we're anywhere in the 90s. Probably a good area to sell the top. And then wait, let price discovery happen. Let's go over TLRY because TLRY started to move. Okay, this was the setup for this was actually perfect, and I saw it, and I was like, "This is perfect. I'm gonna remember this so I can show this." And it's with the CMF and the RSI on the hourly. So what was it yesterday, right? Yesterday we had all that early market sell-off. Talked about it. 23rd, yeah, it was yesterday. All right, this is gonna be perfect. We have the TD sequential. It's not on a 9, but it's on an 8. The 8 can be a reversal candle. I mean, the 8 can be a reversal if it's lower than the 7 and the 6. We have price going down right here. Price going down. I'm going to draw all my lines. We have the 8, which could potentially be the... Oh, look at this. This is... Oh, man. So we have a 9 here. Look where the price bounced. The price bounced right at the 9 at 21. The 9 was at 21.33. This is the 9 all the way back from February 2nd. Price got all the way as low as 21.14. So let's look at this. We have price going down. We have our CMF going up. It was even going up here on this 7, even more aggressively here. That's bullish divergence. We have an RSI that's oversold, right? Severely oversold. How often does this stay oversold without a bounce? Not long. I mean, this was a 9 right here. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but right there's a 9. Closed at 750. It went as low as 717, and then price started running up. And then look at this jump. This jump was 23%. So it went from one extreme on the RSI to another extreme on the upper part of the RSI. But there's a pattern that shows, I mean, this was the perfect buy. You had an oversold RSI. You had a CMF that was rolling up. You had a TD9. You had a TD 8, which is lower than the 6 and the 7, with massive sell-off, bouncing off of an area with a TD9. That's saying buy me. That's screaming buy me. So you could have entered there. Say you got in at the close of this. Where was this close? And you didn't get in at 21. I saw it at in the 21 area, and I'm like, this is a buy. This is a no-brainer. So say you got in at 23.60, you would have been up 18%, all within a day. I know post-market. I'm bringing these post-market numbers up, but post-market, where did it get? All the way up to 29.62. So it's already almost in this 30 day. So 24%, 25%. Not as crazy as AMC, but hey, it's here. And then if I want to bring up my moving averages, if you wanted to be patient, right? You couldn't have not bought there. Say I didn't know what RSI was. Say I don't know what CMF was. If I want to be patient, here it failed, here it failed, here it finally broke out. The last 30 minutes of the market. You know, you could be like, this is such a big price run up. I'm going to buy. You bought, and then on the close, and then on the open, post-market, you're already up 4%. Not as nice as getting it down here, but if you didn't know all that with the CMF and the RSI, you could have waited here. I mean, I have a target right here of 40. I still think TLRY is extremely. I mean, this is a reversal candle too on the daily, not a TD9 or anything, but this is a reversal candle. Not investment advice. I still think TLRY has a massive. It's going to run up still. I believe that. You don't have to take this trade. Don't take this trade. Don't take any trades on anything I say here. Purely educational, but I'm showing you methods that work. My long term is, I'm going to say, maybe a bit speculative. It's based off of this Moore Act. 52 is the area. We went above that. 75 in the 70s. It's based on this Moore Act passing. Do we have anything? Apparently, there's a 4-hour that I've marked. There's a 9 here that's marked, but that got retested. But I bet you, that didn't get retested with a red number. So that's there. On the daily, all of that stuff got retested. Oh, 64.96. That's marked. My 40 came from here as well. Right there, I believe. Right here. Right here. I have nothing else on the daily. So there must be a 4-hour all the way back here. I'll zoom in here to see it so we can see it as well. Because it's got to be here. It's right here. So I've marked all these. And this is one that didn't get retested with a red 9. Is this the way it's supposed to be traded? Oh, look, I missed one. I mean, this is the way I trade it. I found that it works. It's, I don't know if y'all have ever seen, I don't know what movie it is. It's a Tom Green movie, but I kind of tell, if you know me personally, I tell this story a lot. Or whenever I guess I'm looking for an example. It's like his friend is cutting like these hedges. And the guy's like, hey man, what's this string for? He's like, it's just a guide. It's just a guide. This is just a guide. These indicators and all this stuff on here, these numbers and lines, these are just guides to try to make sense of what the price action is doing. There are people that trade just purely price action. But it's just a guide. And the guy's name's John. He's like, this is just a guide, John. This is just a guide. So I will put one here. Right there, because apparently I didn't mark it. I'll save that. Okay, now we're all good. All right, so it's just a guide. We'll see. I think we reach all-time highs. That's insane. $300. That's my outlook. I could be wrong. I'm going to trade this based on the price action. I'm saying I think we're going to get here. We might not get here. Say we only get to like, I don't know, say tomorrow. Say tomorrow's the high. We only get to $30, $40. I'm going to trade it accordingly. I'm not, that's just an opinion and an outlook based off of basically fundamentals, which I usually say I don't ever trade off of. But I've seen the past price action, and when FOMO and speculation comes into this, that's what I'm saying. Can I base it on anything else? No. That's what I'm saying. So don't take it with a grain of salt, but I will trade this as it allows me. There's still volatility here. Let's look at volatility. Let's look at the Bollinger Bandwidth. I like to use this as a gauge of volatility. Volatility. Here, a lot of volatility here. Still volatility here. So it might be coming down. But anyway, I'm going to trade this accordingly. I'm in it. You could have waited here. We'll see where it goes. All right. Last thing, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually moving around a lot today and would have gotten you out. I mean, you would have been taken out if you use this 30 MA. Oh, look, it's almost back to 51. Yeah, it would have gotten you out here. I mean, you can kind of see it supported. Price was supported here, 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 and then it finally broke down. You're getting reversal candles everywhere. I'm going to tell you right now, the CMF was not looking good, even on this price dip. And then we got a price rally. So CMF wouldn't have helped us. On balance volume. On balance volume wouldn't have helped us. Let's look at, I mean, the funding rate did go negative. I mean, yeah, so that's counter indicator to trade. This is lower on a daily. I still think we get price consolidation. That's what I want to see. Let's look at, would the RSI have helped us? We had the sell-off. I'm still marking that here. 44,888 is still viable. Really wouldn't have helped us. I mean, the only thing that would have helped us is if we would have seen, because unbalanced volume is not doing anything. CMF's not doing anything, not giving us any bullish indication. It's really flat to neutral. I can bring up volume. The volume wasn't doing anything. Yeah, it kind of ticked up here, but it's not like we got big volume spikes that were above, indicating that you should enter this. There was some news. What was it? MicroStrategy has a Bitcoin buying addiction. I'm okay with it. They bought another billion. Square bought 177 million. I think there was a commitment of somebody maybe overseas that was committing to buy like $4.8 billion worth of Bitcoin. We'll see if that money gets actually put to work. Most likely any news on the buy won't come out until it actually happens. What is it, like 4.8 billion Bitcoin buy? We can look that up. No. Let's go to BCT Times. It might be on there. No, I mean, they really don't put a lot of speculation. Cointelegraph's really good for all crypto news. Some people don't like it. I'll scroll through this. I'd seen it on Twitter is where I saw it. I can't find the article. But yeah, it was someone overseas, a company that's what they said, but follow the money. If they don't do it, someone can say anything. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. So yeah, Bitcoin's just here. We're above the 30 MA. You could sell below it if you wanted to. I said at the time there was nothing here. CMF's just going up with price. RSI was pretty mellow. On-balance volume was pretty mellow. Not really doing anything. We can look at it across a couple. Yeah. Let's look for any patterns. Let's see if we can find any chart patterns happening. I see nothing but consolidation right there between 52 and 45. Easy channels. I don't see any trends. I don't see any. I mean, this could be a potential cup and handle forming maybe if we come back down here. Let's stick to the daily. Daily's doing nothing but finding support at the Fibonacci line. Or that's what found support. We're rising. RSI starting to trend back up. CMF, it's trending down. This needs to start consolidating. Maybe this is the floor right here, 0.2 between 0.31. Yeah, so that's about it. We can bring up the Ichimoku cloud. I usually don't bring it up, but look, we found support there. 4 hour. We're in the cloud. Hourly. Okay. This could be resistance, this area right here. There is a 9 here. So we're just kind of trading. I'm going to bring up my moving averages again. Let's see what they're doing on the daily. Yeah, this is kind of trending down. This needs to start turning back up. And we need to see price get back to like 53, if anything. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing consolidation in this area. This went a lot longer than what I wanted, but there you go. So that's the outlook. Consolidation for Bitcoin. Neutral. See where it goes. But I'm neutral. I say we range, which is fine with me. Yeah, right here. I say we range between 51 and 48, say 48.5 and 51. 48.5 and 51. And there's kind of a cup and handle right here. Yep. All right, so that's about it. We'll range between 48.5 and 51. We break above 51, which there is some resistance. See right here. I mean, there's some selling. I bet you that's showing on the CMF. It is showing on the CMF. See how it's dipping down? Unbalanced volume. Pretty mellow. Yep, that's it. So there we go. That's it. Silver's still being frustrating, but it found some support. Oh, look, that's moving actually. That's good. Yeah, bounce on the 4 hour here. We go higher. We break above this 28.30. That'd be really good. Near-term target of, we're staying above this channel. I think we're going to break it. 32. We're later in the week. What was this? The 1st February? Was that later in the week or was that earlier in the week? 1st of February. That was early in the week. We're later in the week. If we can keep this up, I think we'll get to our target. So around 32. Let me move this around out the way real quick. Or I'll just delete it right now and then I'll bring it back up. Yeah, so if we can close the week above the prior high of 27.95, above the 9 of 27.92, we'll finally get a week where we close above this channel. And I think we hit this target. 32.30, or we get extremely close to 30. Which, if you waited, I mean, this is a conservative trade, but 9%, 10%. So, yeah, see how it goes. And this is a, I'm just going to use this consolidation. I mean, you could call this a, was it a pennant or a flag? It'd be like a flag. So people would draw it like this. And then you would actually, your target would be the height of what the post is, $40, which is right around this other Fibonacci. Possible. I don't like to use them, but that's possible. Let's just stick to our 30 target right now. 30, 32 target. All right. So that's in-depth of GameStop, AMC, TLRY, Bitcoin, and silver. So thanks for watching.